My name's Uriah Faber. I'm a professional fighter for the UFC, and I've been collecting the finest fight stories from around the world. I'm a connoisseur, if you will, so sit back, relax, and enjoy fight stories.
In this particular fight story, I should preface it by saying this is prior to me getting married. In case my wife watches this, a buddy of mine who has a place down in Mexico, we went down with a couple of girls. We were in Puerto Vallarta.
You went straight back to your roots right there.
I went straight, yeah. Puerto Vallarta. Well, if I said it any other way, then I'd be getting grief from my Latino brothers.
Right.
So we flew into Puerto Vallarta and then went to a little town called Sayulita, which is a really world famous surf spot, right? He goes, hey, let's hit up. Awesome spot. Like, you feel like you're in the 70s, a lot of Americans, a lot of Mexican local surfers, really cool. Well, I had no idea, being a former inner city kid from Chula Vista, that there were like unwritten surf laws, right? And it was like almost like gang territory.
You're either in or you're out.
I'm no Kelly Slater. I just wanted to go kind of like splash around and catch a wave. And so we get out there and there's a bunch of other surfers out there, and this dude feels that I cut him off. I'm not good enough to cut anybody off. I just remember him saying, hey, cabrón, ¿por qué me cortas, güey? ¿Por qué me cortas? ¿Qué onda, pues? And told me to kind of go my own way. And I'm like, all right. And somehow I ended up kind of close to him again. And he kept telling me off again and being mouthy. And I don't know why usually I ignore these kind of guys. I told him something back in Spanish. Something along the lines like, hey, man, chill out. What the fuck's your problem? And he already could tell kind of had it out for me. And so he immediately started paddling back. And I see him get to the beach and go behind a little store. So he took off. I kind of lost sight of him, and he comes back with something in his hand. And so my buddy goes, dude, we should get out of here. So I'm paddling back, and I make it to the beach, and he's there, and he's got like this weapon in his hand.
What was it?
It was kind of like a whip.
A Mexican lasso.
Like, it looked like a leather, and it had like some like kind of metal shit. It looked like some Braveheart shit, okay? One of the other locals saw him with that. His name was Nacho. He said, Nacho, ¿qué estás haciendo, cabrón? And basically telling him, what's the matter with you? Why are you causing problems? You're gonna ruin shit for the tourists here.
Right.
Got in his face and put his hand on him. Nacho threw his hand away, boom, cracked him, dropped him, right? And I go, whoa.
Out cold.
And at that point, I should have used common sense and just said, you know what? Let me just get out of here.
Yeah.
But at this point, I feel bad for this other dude who just got laid out. Screw this guy.
This is where the cape comes in. Not in Mario's house.
So I go, hey, dude, what the fuck's your problem? This is all in Spanish, mind you.
Yeah.
Put that shit down. So he puts it down, he starts to rush me. I did like a little feint, came back, boom, boom, right cross, left hook, dropped him. And I started to mount him, get on top of him, and I maybe got about 2-3 shots in. All of a sudden, I felt all this stuff all over me. So I kind of look up a little bit, and like 4 of his homies are like wailing on me.
But you're alone.
No, my so-called buddy, this is how he had my back. He started running around yelling, Policia! Policia! Screaming for the police. So I started to back up, and I said, get the car, get the truck. And as I'm backpedaling, I just turned around, boom! I took off, I shot like a rocket. And they start chasing me, dude.
This is like an action situation.
Dude,
here.
I started getting really nervous. I didn't know where I was, obviously. I didn't know where I was.
Exactly
I don't know how the hell to
to?
escape. All of a sudden, like the Dukes of Hazzard, he comes in his car, and I jumped in the bed.
You should have slid across the thing,
No,
jumped in the window.
I wish I could have. So then I said, dude, where are the girls? Where are the girls? Because they were with us, and they saw the whole thing.
At least you got your priorities straight.
And then he ends up dropping me off, and somehow the girls kind of made it to like the road.
That's all the elements of a magnificent story. You got the chicks, you got the bully who gets beat down,
right,
and then the great escape.
Honest to God, true story.
The moral of the story is you don't mess with the good guys. If you do, you get beat up, and you always go back for the girls.